Hey, it's your old buddy Nick over here in Fort Wayne, Indiana. Thought I'd check the Glenbrook Mall out, see what's going on. It's the 23rd of December. Thought maybe we'd spot some crazy shoppers or wild rushes and nonsense going on at the mall. Turns out it wasn't any of that, actually. I was walking through here and I was kind of surprised I didn't see any of the wild crowds and nonsense that I thought I would see. You look outside with all the cars and all the people coming in, it really didn't feel that crowded after all. I mean, it wasn't that crazy busy. Walked through here for quite a while, and I didn't see the door busters and the people going crazy and running over each other and doing all that nonsense. I just didn't see it. Um, and being so close to Christmas, I thought I would. I thought we would see some of that, but no, not at all. It was busy, don't get me wrong. This mall typically does pretty well. It's not like your normal dead malls that you see a lot of on YouTube. I see a lot of those videos. Every store is closed up or has closed, and you can see that it used to be a store that maybe was a big name store. Somebody that actually, I don't know, like Nike has flagship stores, or maybe it was a electronics boutique. I guess they've been bought out by GameStop or Sears or any of those. And then you see that they're like taken over by like Wig City or somebody trying to sell Amish furniture and fake wigs and stuff like that. And this mall really has kind of avoided that for the most part. I mean, yeah, we have tattoo shops and get your eyebrows plucked and all that, but there's not a lot of that around. It's actually been pretty busy. This mall stayed pretty well filled up. Um, I don't seem to find that the place is being filled up with like fly by night pop up merchants. They seem to still have some pretty big national merchants here, national retailers like Yankee Candle and Lids and most of your staples. You got your Starbucks and J.C. Penney's and Macy's, and yeah, we still have all those. Yankee Candle is kind of a popular one. But the jewelry stores are still jewelry stores for the most part. We don't see a lot of vacancies here. And I think a lot of that has to do with the fact that Fort Wayne is kind of far enough away from Indianapolis and Detroit and Chicago that it can maintain or support these major retailers. Just because you get to an area where it gets oversaturated with malls that have redundant stores, same stores that, maybe people will go to one mall and not the other, and then you start seeing those companies or retailers close these multiple stores. They don't need them. And so if we were close to Chicago or close to Indy, this mall would probably be dead too. But since we're far enough away that people will come here and shop as opposed to make the drive, and there aren't any other options. I mean, the other option is the Lima Mall in Ohio, and if anybody's ever been there, they know that that mall is dying on the vine. I mean, there's not much left for it. They've pretty much been taken over by video arcades and places selling jewelry, and I don't mean good jewelry. I mean like that knick-knack, junk jewelry. So anyway, and I don't even know if anybody over there reads books anymore, so I'm pretty sure they're not going to have a Barnes and Noble. But this mall seems to be catering to those that are willing to stay or willing to come over here, and it is quite busy year round, except in the summer. Summertime, you can swing a dead cat through there and not hit a soul. And I don't know how a lot of these retailers stay in business. But usually if you go to a dead mall and you know that mall's dying, look at the jewelry stores. Usually the fine jewelry is the first tenant to hit the bricks. He goes first. They usually have corner stores, multiple fronts, and they usually take off and they fill up with places that are selling Dungeons and Dragons stuff, swords, daggers, throwing knives, places to burn your incense. Really just head shops. I mean, let's be honest. That's the group that's buying dragon slaying swords and places to burn your hemp. So, if you want to see if a mall's dying or not, you should go look at the corner stores in the main atrium and see if any of the jewelry stores are still there. If they're not, you've got a dead mall. If you've got wig dealers, if you've got Amish furniture dealers, and if a majority of the tenants in that mall are selling, well, in this case, it looked like junk toys, bootleg Mario on a bootleg Nintendo, uh, just anything that's knockoff, fake Oakley glasses, handbags, Segways that aren't Segways, they're just kind of like Chinese junk that catches on fire when you plug it into the wall. Those are the places that let you know that you've got a dead mall, a really dead mall, as a matter of fact. So, as I was walking through, I did notice that the Winter Wonderland that the Glenbrook Mall in Fort Wayne has, they've done quite a good job. That is a very impressive layout. It creates quite the photo op, and it's a lot of work. I mean, the amount of effort and details gone into that little display is quite impressive. Now, as I was walking by here, Santa was giving me the stink eye. I don't think Santa wants anybody to take a picture of anything without him getting to take a piece of your money, getting to wet his beak on your wallet. So he was giving me stink eye. He must have thought I had somebody in there. He was gonna get a free picture out of him. I have no intention of doing that. So I just kept on moving along there. But yeah, you can tell when somebody's giving you the side eye, thinking that you're trying to get one over. So yeah, I kept on walking, but yeah, I just want to notice, or put everybody on notice, that the work that's gone into this, that's gone into the setup, the display. There's a lot of detail in that. I mean, somebody had to put out all that material. I mean, from the fake snow to the polar bears to the ornaments to laying the carpet and setting up the archway and putting the fence up. And I know it's all for profit, right? So it's not like they built this for all the little sick children at St. Jude's. You know, we're not going to pat them on the back for that. But it is just impressive that the amount of work and detail that they put into that. And it makes you feel good. Let's be honest. It's kind of nice to go to the mall and see what's going on and have that kind of setup out there that makes you feel good. It kind of warms the heart a little bit. So that was a good do by the Glenbrook Mall folks. So living in Indiana can get kind of bleak. Spend a lot of time indoors. Northern Indiana gets a little bit, I don't want to say it's depressing, but it gets cloudy, it gets dark early. A lot of people don't even go outside. Let's be honest, it's not the most pleasurable place to be, not until about April. So if you can find a place like the mall here at Glenbrook that goes out of its way to put all this together, gives you somewhere to go out and look around and enjoy just being out of the house, it's a good thing. It's a good thing. So this is what they call the Glenbrook Square Market, and it's more or less a place to go. Vendors could go set up their shops. They've got their honey bears and their knickknacks and their paddywhacks and candles, just random things, beef jerky, bath salts. Wait, probably not bath salts. I think that's a drug. Bath bombs. Yeah, that's it. But you get the idea. It's a place to sell smalls and goods. And if you can help local people, shop local, that's cool. Unfortunately, to your right, there's one of those jewelry stores I was referring to that sells bootleg signature items and autographed Joe Montana jerseys and things that are absolutely not even close to being authentic. Babe Ruth signed baseball on a baseball that's bright white and was manufactured in 2022. That's kind of a trick that I don't understand. But that, buyer beware. When you're buying memorabilia in a mall, just buyer beware. certificate of authenticities are basically garbage. They're not worth the paper they're written on. Just don't buy that stuff. And if you do, have it certified by somebody, or get a buy with a credit card so that you can cancel it if it turns out to be fake. Just know what you're doing. Most of the time, most of that stuff's junk. So also cruising along here, and I was surprised. I really thought it would be busier than it was, and I kind of blame Amazon for having squeezed a lot of these retailers. I think people bought all their stuff online. The folks that you see here, I think, are folks that waited to the last minute and don't have the option for waiting for the postal service to lose their package, or for Amazon to get there a day late and $1 short, so they had to go out and actually buy things. For the most part, though, people are looking at stuff. They're just not buying it. Try it on, see what it looks like in the light, and then put it back and go home and buy it that way. Save 80 cents. But that's the way the world is today. I can't really complain too much because I do the exact same thing. I actually just bought a pair of shoes that I had tried on to make sure it was still the right size, and then went on Amazon, saved $7, and had it shipped 2 days later. So I'm guilty, but that's kind of the way of the world now. If you want it now, or you want to find out if it's the right size, then go ahead and go to the store. Otherwise, one click, credit card gets charged, and the magic box shows up at the end of the week, and you got your stuff, and Joe Shopkeeper goes out of business. And that's kind of the way it's going. I mean, I look for these malls to fail eventually. They serve a purpose. They serve a community place, a place for mall walkers, a place to go hang out on the weekends for teenagers, but those folks aren't putting money in the cash registers. And these operate on money. They don't operate on foot traffic. I guess they operate on foot traffic, as long as that foot traffic's spending money. But now you get cell phone case places and guys selling Sherpas and hats and saddle blankets and just pop-up places. It is what it is. But anyhow, this was the Fort Wayne Mall on December 23rd, 2023. Might be busier on the 24th. I will not know, because I'm going to stay as far away from here as possible. Kind of wanted to show the fountain. It's very clean. They usually have it dry, so in this case they actually had it running, and it was all cleaned up and nice and good for old Christmas. So hopefully everybody has a wonderful holiday, and I will chat with you guys later. And don't forget to like and subscribe. That's right, I said it.